And at number 10, we have the Devil's Hole. I mean, the name speaks for itself. It's as easy to stay away from a cave with a name like this. This place has a distinction of being known as the most haunted place in western New York, and it's for a good reason. According to the native folklore, the Iroquois said that a demonic serpent named Evil One lived inside of the cave. People who would go inside of it will either never come out again, or they will come out with their hair turned white. But things get worse as we go back in time to the Devil's Hole massacre of 1763. A group of warriors used the Devil's Hole to attack soldiers. It was a complete bloodbath, and 81 British soldiers were killed and their bodies were thrown into the cave to rot and decompose. And at number 9, this image is a little hard to see, but if you guys see in the forest, okay, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that this guy's wearing a gas mask. I mean, is this real life right now? What is about to happen? If I was Google, I would definitely get the police to investigate this in order to determine if this guy's gonna like throw some gas or smoke bombs or I don't know. And at number 8, this image is gonna creep you out. So here's the image. These are normal looking cars on the road, right? If you zoom in right about there over to the left, this little girl appears to be dead. Well, there was an investigation done after this image was seen online, and it appeared that the girl, she wasn't actually dead. She was pretending to be dead. And the reason why she was pretending to be dead is because she wanted to not go to school. So if she was dead, she doesn't have to go to school. But what's the chances of that picture being taken at that exact moment? And I'm not sure what the educational system is like in this town, but I mean, there are better ways to get out of school. Alright, at number 7, we have this image right here. I mean, what the heck is going on? Hold on. Is this an alien on the balcony? This thing just came from Mars? It's about to go for a bike ride. Well, Google took note of this image and said, you know what? We can't have people believing that there's aliens on Earth, so we're actually gonna blur out this image, which makes me more believe that this is truly an alien. But I mean, is this creepy or what? If I was Google, I would probably remove this next image. And this image I'm talking about comes into number. Is this a cow that is injured or, you know, is trying to drag itself across the road to the other side? It's almost like the Google Earth vehicle hit this cow. There was even another image on Google Earth of a donkey being seen frame by frame tipping over, and I mean, that has to have been Google hitting the donkey, and the Google Earth vehicle is driving away and the donkey is just like tipping over and it just died. What the heck is going on? Is Google vehicles killing animals? We have to put a stop to this now. Moving into number 5, we have potentially a murder scene. This is the image right here. It's an overlooking view of the dock, and if you can look closely, there's a trail of blood at the end of the dock, and it looks like someone is dragging a body that is just totally bleeding out. But upon investigation, it turned out that the trail of blood was actually just water. It was a dog holding a stick that came out of the water, but for some reason the water just looked red, and the stick looked like someone was dragging a body. Now we have a killer on the loose. Take a look at this image right here. This is a person who looks like they're gonna kill the driver of Google vehicle. Google probably feared for their lives in at number 4. I mean, what is this guy doing? But we will never know, and we're never gonna find out this guy's identity. Now, I know Japan is known for their futuristic technologies, but this image right here, I don't know how to explain it, but this comes in to number 3. This image was taken in Japan, and are those birds or are they people? I'm so confused. Who does this? Imagine walking down the road and you see this right here. If I saw that, I'd probably cross the street and like just run for my life and just hope I don't have any bird seeds or anything like bird food in my pocket or on me. Okay, so more randomness happens in at number 2. What you're looking at right now is a guy in a wolf costume, some guy who looks like Freddy Krueger, the character from Scream, and the 4th one, I have no idea. Who do you guys think that is? And they appear to be looking right at the camera. I'm not sure if something happened or if something is about to happen, but it looks like that being the Google driver, it's a serious job. Finally, in at number 1, I'm pretty sure this is the aftermath of something that went horribly wrong, but Google has blurred out this car in this picture, but they haven't blurred out all these dead bodies found in a recycling bin. And I like how they're in the recycling bin instead of the garbage, as if the killer wants the bodies to be reused. After investigating, this actually just ended up not being a murder scene. These bodies turned out to be full-size mannequins, and I'm not really sure who does that. I mean, just put them in a bag, because it doesn't look like it's something, a good situation happening.
Starting off this countdown, we have the NSA spy hubs. We all know that the NSA is spying on us, okay? That's old news. I mean, in 2013, former contractor for the CIA, Edward Snowden, revealed that the NSA was collecting phone records of millions of Americans and spying on us through our phone calls. Well, it turns out they have multiple top secret bases. Half of them, we don't even know where they're located. We just know that they're out there. somewhere. These spy hubs are often windowless skyscrapers. There are some in Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City, San Francisco, Seattle, and of course, Washington, D.C. These buildings, though, aren't regular buildings. No, of course not. They are highly secure and guarded. In fact, they are built to withstand terrorist attacks, nuclear attacks, and natural disasters. So not only do we not know where they're located, we don't know what they're doing in all of these hubs, besides spying on American citizens. So you better behave. They're watching. Always watching.
The Hellfire Caves takes us to number 9. So if you're not into claustrophobia, labyrinths, or dangerous places, then you're gonna want to stay far away from the Hellfire Caves. A team of paranormal investigators traveled through the long, winding tunnels in an attempt to conjure up spirits. This cave is home to catacombs that lie about 300 feet below the surface. The old Hellfire Club used to hold meetings that consist of pagan worship and human sacrifices. Supposedly there are a ton of evil ghosts that linger within these caves, but if that doesn't scare you, it's for sure scaring me. Maybe a half a mile of tunnels underground will do the trick, because you never know, maybe you'll get lost and you'll never see the surface ever again. Gomenton Cave in Malaysia brings us to number 8. This next cave seems like it came straight out of a horror movie. The Gomenton Cave is the home to millions of bats, and if that doesn't freak you out, maybe the millions of cockroaches that feast on anything alive will do the trick. Animals that accidentally fall into this scary cave will be quickly devoured by these cockroaches. Okay, and then we have the cherry on top. This place also has enormous cockroach eating centipedes that scurry along the cave walls. So don't ever go inside of this cave without wearing one of those sealed up bodysuits, or better yet, don't ever venture inside of it at all. Number 7 takes us to Noval Cave in Romania. This place is also known as the Poison Caves because it is rich in hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide but low in oxygen. But despite this, creatures are living in the cave and they have been separated from the outside world for the past 5.5 million years. Inside of this dark cave, there are spiders, scorpions, wood lice, and centipedes crawling along the walls, and many of them haven't even been seen by humans. So who knows what else is lurking inside the shadows? The Cave of Sybil descends onto our list at number 6. There are some pretty creepy natural formations around the world where people think that these are entrances or even gateways into hell. One of the oldest known entrances to the underworld is this cave right here. Apparently it is so sinister and fueled by negative energy that birds won't even fly over it. They know better. According to the legend, the dead priestess Sybil guards this gateway and lures travelers into the fiery pit of hell. Well, you know what? I'm not willing to see if this legend is true or not, so you know what? I'm just gonna keep my distance away from this one. Mammoth Cave in Kentucky takes our number 5 spot. So this is the largest haunted cave in America. So yeah, you're gonna want to keep your distance from this place, and that's because it has a very dark past. There are over 150 documented paranormal events that have happened here, so that's why people are so fascinated with the cave's supernatural history. But in 1842, the cave was used to house patients that were infected with tuberculosis. Honestly, this sounds like such a morbid and gloomy place to try to recover from a deadly disease. All of the patients got worse and they eventually died within the cave. Some say that if you listen closely, you can actually still hear coughing inside because it's believed that the patients still haunt this cave even to this day. Moving into number 4, let's talk about the Caves of Death in Scotland. Judging by the name, it says it all. Well, you wouldn't catch me going anywhere near this place, but for people who are brave enough to go on a death expedition, I mean a cave exploration, these remote caves can be found in northern Scotland. But be warned, archaeologists who already have explored these caves, well, they have found some pretty horrifying things. Human sacrifices used to be conducted there, and there are even children's heads tents posted on poles. There are thousands of dead bodies inside, and people believe that this cave could have been used for some pretty intense supernatural rituals. Like I said before, I'm staying away from all the caves on this list, especially this one. The Moaning Cavern is up next at number 3. This dark cave got its name, well, because you can hear a creepy moaning sound coming from inside of the cavern. This happens because the soul of the dead are screaming out in agonizing pain. Okay, not really, but the moans are from when the air circulates deep within the cave. But the sound is still pretty unsettling. If a scary moaning doesn't keep you away, maybe this will. Well, there are over 100 prehistoric bodies lurking at the bottom of the cave, and no one knows what they're doing there. Once you rappel 165 feet into the cave, you will have to exit through an iron staircase, and you're gonna want to watch your step because it's a long way down if you fall. Killing Cave takes our number 2 spot on this list. Okay, who the heck are naming these caves? Killing Cave? Well, if you ever visit Cambodia, you can go visit the Killing Caves for yourself for some reason. Well, not that you would really want to. I mean, is this really a big tourist attraction? Well, it might be because in the 70s, these caves used to be a place to torture and murder people, so there is history behind it. Well, the bones of the victims can still be found inside. Some of the skeletons have been crammed into display cases, and there are chicken wire cages that are filled up high with human skulls. Torture devices and victims' clothing are still scattered along the floor, and many other people were murdered there when they were pushed into the cave from the skylight above. So I'm thinking that a place with this much dark history can't be good for the soul. There's definitely an evil presence there, and it's also a pretty morbid place if you ask me. And just like that, topping our list, and at number 1, we have the Bellwich Cave. This property and cave was once owned by John Bell, and it's believed that the Bell Witch torments the Bell family until they mysteriously died. The family used to see strange animals around their property, and late at night, they would hear strange noises such as gnawing, choking, and dragging sounds. Violent attacks by unknown forces started happening to the family. The youngest daughter would wake up covered in scratches, and she'd be covered in bruises as well. Apparently the Bell Witch lived inside of the caves, and anyone who stepped foot on the property will be paid a nasty visit by her. At number 10, we have this image right here that was posted onto Reddit. These black guys were seen on the porch pointing a big gun at Google vehicles as it drove by, after capturing these images they need for Google Earth. Google has since blurred out the gun, but a Reddit user was able to screenshot this image before it became censored. What's even more disturbing was a 17-month-old girl was found dead at the same house in an earlier picture that was taken by Google Earth.
Moving on to number 9, we have Diego Garcia, and if you guys are liking this video so far, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up because it really helps us out. Diego Garcia is a US occupied small island in the Indian Ocean. Technically, it's an overseas territory of Great Britain. In 1966, the people on the island were employed as contract farmers. They were working on coconut plantations. But from 1968 to 1973, the farm workers were kicked off the island by the UK government, so that the US/UK military could have a joint base on the island. So in 1966, the United States was given the rights to use the island if they forgot about the $14 million debt that the UK owed them. Now the island is used by government officials, and it's highly guarded. In fact, rumor has it that the island is home to a secret prison. Rumor also has it that the Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 that went missing without a trace actually just landed on this island. Not only that, but apparently rumor has it that this base is used by the CIA to torture prisoners. There's some crazy theories out there. I hope one day we'll find out if any of them are true. Then in 2009, the US military evicted several thousand of the island's local residents. Why they did this is still so top secret. Like, they don't know why they got evicted. I really wish we knew. Something fishy is going on over there. Coming in at number 8, we have the Dugway Proving Ground. Located in Utah, the Dugway Proving Ground is the main biological and chemical weapons testing site for the US Army. Like, who knows how many and what kinds of dark deadly weapons they are building and testing there. The base also contains top secret US military research documents, which is one of the reasons why the government doesn't want you to know about it. Now, in 1968, the unbelievable happened at the base. On March 13th, a high-speed jet sprayed 320 gallons of nerve gas VX around the air in a test. This is so deadly that 10 milligrams can kill people. It'll stop your respiratory muscles from working and then you'll just choke to death. Anyways, it sprayed in an area near a farm. The next day, thousands of sheep were found dead. The government denied that this was their fault, but people aren't buying it. Either way, they paid the rancher who lost a sheep over $300,000 and tried to keep this situation hush-hush. So the government definitely doesn't want us to know any of that, but I know it, and I shared it with you. Moving on to number 7, we have Camp Perry. Camp Perry, otherwise called The Farm, is a top secret training facility run by the CIA. The place is used to train CIA officers as well as officers working in the Defense Intelligence Agency. One of the reasons why this place is so secretive is because they don't want the identity of their top secret agents to be leaked. Because then, hello, they wouldn't be secret agents anymore, would they? Now, listen to just how intense this camp is. So former CIA officer Bill Wagner went to a 3-week interrogation course at the farm in 1970. He revealed that the people learning to be good interrogators practiced techniques such as sleep deprivation, mock execution, and would deliberately taint food, which exposes that CIA interrogators use these techniques in real life. Of course, the US government has never formally acknowledged the existence of this camp, although many people know that it's real. Coming in at number 6, we have Area 51. Of course, I had to put this one on the list. Hello, everyone wants to know what the heck is going on at that top secret base. Like, are the rumors true? Do they really have animals hiding there? Are they conducting unethical tests on humans? Area 51 is home to a number of conspiracy theories because it's so highly protected and secretive. Seriously, people have gotten killed for trying to even get close to the building. This has led a lot of people to believe that the military is up to something. What do you think goes on in Area 51? Let me know in the comments below. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Sherman Kent School for Intelligence Analysis. This is a training school in Reston, Virginia for CIA analysts. The school has been given the nickname The Vault because of how many locks and alarms and guards it has. So basically, the school opened in May of 2000 and it apparently teaches members many important things, such as foreign languages, regional studies, satellite image analysis, wiretap transcript analysis, and media report analysis. So basically everything you think a spy would need to know. This place is basically spy school, which is super cool. Now, like all places on this list, this one is also heavily guarded. It is located on the 2nd floor of a 5-story structure. The glass windows are smoked to prevent people from looking in and spying. The building also contains sensors to prevent eavesdropping from outside. And like I said, it's protected by a number of locks and alarms and surveillance. In our 4th spot, we have MenwithHill. MenwithHill is a Royal Air Force base located in the UK. In fact, it is said to be one of the most secretive places in the UK. First off, the place is super odd. Like, there's a bunch of white domes all over the place that look like giant golf balls. Like, I feel like it's just the government's own mini putt or golfing range or something like that, but it's not. This site is said to be the largest electronic monitoring system on the planet. So basically, it's a place where they spy on us, monitoring our every move. The site first opened to spy on the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Since then, we don't know exactly what they're spying on, but it's a vital part of the NSA surveillance network. In 2012, it was believed that the base was involved in a number of drone attacks. However, this has never been confirmed. On top of that, it was revealed that the NSA used the base to, and I quote, aid a significant number of capture-kill operations. That is terrifying, wow. Moving on to number 3, we have Capacitor. Capacitor is basically Russians' version of Area 51. It is a top secret base created by the USSR. It was used for developing the Soviet space program. But now, rumor has it that it is home to aliens. Apparently, people saw a large red sphere flying in the sky right above this base. Others claim to have seen 3-eyed aliens wearing silver overalls there. I mean, hey, at least he's stylish. In fact, most alien sightings in Russia occur near this top secret base. Coincidence? I think not. It could be that aliens are trying to escape from this base or something like that. There's even rumors of this base being used to conduct alien autopsies. It's pretty creepy. I don't even want to know if I want to find out what goes on in there. In our second spot, we have the secret super command bunker. Apparently, the Pentagon is planning to build a secret command bunker 3,500 feet under Washington, D.C. What's the purpose of this bunker, you ask? Well, just in case of nuclear war, the bunker will keep people safe from the nukes. Apparently, the pandemic shook the US government and now they, and I quote, put plans in place to ensure critical elements of the US government can keep functioning in the midst of an extreme crisis. So they're basically gonna be like, sick, every man for themselves, peace out, and then just disappear into this secret bunker. And in our number one spot, we have Porton Down. Close to Stonehenge, there's a place called Porton Down, which is basically a massive experimental testing center. It's known for working on chemical and biological weapons, as well as dealing with dangerous pathogens. The stuff that goes on in there is dark, and I mean dark. Starting in 1945, the government began testing nerve gas on real humans. These testings on humans went until 1989. In the end, more than 3,400 people had nerve gas tested on them. In 1953, a man named Ronald Madison died after being subjected to liquid nerve gas. Not only did they lie and say they were no longer testing the gas on humans, but they denied that the nerve gas was the cause of his death. Recently, however, it was discovered that they are now testing this gas and other dangerous weapons on animals. What else goes on in there is unknown. Like, what if they're still running unethical tests on humans? It's crazy.